Yo, what's up, everyone? My buddy lied to me. He said I look good in these. No wonder no chick would dance with me last Friday. Okay. I'm just kidding. I do like these glasses. No, but for real, today we're going to be covering multiple subjects in van life. The struggles of van lifing. Especially for me, I'm an alcoholic and an addict, man, you know? And I've been clean and sober now from alcohol for 6 years. Good morning. It is a beautiful day out here in Bend, Oregon. We're chilling at Phil's Trailhead. It was closed for the longest time, but now it's back open, and I'm super, super stoked. Also, I met someone last night. A dude, not a chick. He actually, I'll name drop later, but he was in my van chilling, and I didn't even know who it was until he said something, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, you're that dude, dude." It was dope. I'm also gonna share a funny story today. After we get done with the Real Talk Van Life, I'm gonna share one story about why I'm doing this. It's really funny. If you're struggling, thinking about suicide and stuff like that, especially veterans, it went from 22 to like 44 or 45 a day, give your buddies a call. I've lost multiple friends, and it sucks. Pick up the phone, give them a call, go to the VA. They have programs for people with PTSD and struggling with this, guys. Call the VA. You'll get housed for a month. You'll meet a bunch of other veterans if you have, alcoholism, meth, fentanyl, any kind of addictions, PTSD. Call them and say you want help. They'll house you for months and help you. I cannot stress that enough. So let's get into it. First of all, okay, I'm going to share that first story. I'm going to share a little funny story about why I chose the van life. And then I'm going to get into the nitty-gritty of the struggles, the real struggles in van life. I haven't watched any other video on this on YouTube. I'm talking about unique to me and the struggles that I've gone through the past 3 years of van life.
All right, so there's a lot of reasons why I started van life, and one was crazy roommates. This one guy, I'm gonna write a story about him, but this one time I opened up the dryer because I was washing my clothes, and it was like cat piss and gasoline just hits me in the face, and I was like, yo Terry, what's in here, man? And he's like, oh, those are the cat rugs. I was like, man, what's a cat rug? And he's like, oh, the cat goes piss on them. And I was like, wait a minute, man, so your cat's pissing on these and you just chucking them in the dryer, man? He's like, yeah. What? No wonder I'm sitting up smelling like cat piss all the time. This dude wasn't even washing them. He's chucking them in the dryer. Disgusting, dude. Disgusting. And this one time, he wanted me to take care of his plants. And this dude had like 100 plants, man. He built this little garden when I was there and stuff. Plants outside, in the back, plants on the side of the house, plants on the deck, plants in the front. There's plants everywhere, man. But I was like, yeah, I'll take care of your plants. Him and his girlfriend were going to go on a vacation or whatever. And so, I'm sitting there watering the plants, taking care of the dog and cat. And, the cat and dog were just crapping everywhere. Luckily, when I took the dog outside to take a poop, I would pick up his dog poop. The neighbors loved me because he wouldn't pick up his dog poop. I saw him talking to this guy one time. His dog takes a dump and just walks off. And the guy's like, "Hey man, you dog poop?" And he laughs. Another time, the neighbor got mad about it. He went over there and picked it up with his bare hands. Anyways, not the point. The point is, I'm watering these plants. I'm doing the best job I can, dude. And he comes back, and he's all butthurt, dude. I was like, "Yo, what's up?" And like 3 of his plants die. And I was like,
Out of 100? Dude, that's 97%. That's the best grade I've ever gotten.
"You should be thanking me, man. Give me a pat on the back." And so next time, he asked me if I can take care of his plants again. I was like, "Nah, dude." It was at nighttime. I just smoked some weed, and this is when we were talking about this. And I'm like grabbing my salad bowl like this. And I was like, "Okay, sorry about your plans, Terry." And I was like, "Hey, Terry, seriously though, your cat is crapping everywhere in the house. Like, it's gross. I think that thing needs to be an outside cat." And this dude just loses it, bro. Like, comes at me like he wants to fight. And I'm like sitting there with my salad bowl, and I'm just like, "Bro, chill, man. Chill." And so I told him, "Well, hey, man, I can't take care of your plants and your cat and dog." Oh, no. I said I could take care of his cat and dog, but I couldn't take care of his plants. He's got a butthurt, dude. If a plant dies, he's going to blame me. Like, come on, dude. Like, seriously. Out of 100? And so he goes on vacation one day, asks me to take care of his plants. And I was like, "Nah, dude, I can't." So he goes around to the neighbors, and none of the neighbors want to take care of him, you know? And then he finally finds some. And they're like squirting here and there, you know? And I even water them a little bit because, like, they're clearly dying because they're not doing a good job. He comes back, half of those bitches are dead. And I was like, "Hey, 97%'s not too bad, huh?"
Beyond that, man, Cusco can't live in an apartment. I can't sleep in an apartment. I sleep better outside. And to make my money go further, I can't get a job, right? So I'm stuck on this disability salary. And I would rather save that 1,000 or 2,000 a month and put it somewhere else, like traveling, than live in an apartment. Straightforward enough. So let's get into the struggles of van life. So number one, man, finding a place to park. It is crazy, man. At first, it seems almost impossible because you park on the side of the road, you get a knock. "Hey, you can't camp here." Or like we're at Phil's Trailhead right now in Bend, Oregon. You got these people that talk trash every time they ride bikes by, right? Because they don't know what we're doing here. They think we're just all homeless, which technically we're not because we have a vehicle. This is how we choose to live our life. Like, there's millionaires out here. No joke, the one I met last night. There is people working remotely. We got YouTubers out here. We got people that work in town out here, and they're just parking out here, and then they go to work. We got flight instructors flying planes out here, just sleeping in the woods. We got a bunch of disabled veterans out here because that's the only place they can sleep. And you know, this is a great spot. But then you got people like Nicole here in Bend, Oregon. She drives a white Tesla, and she comes here every day, and she will give you the most evil stare in the world. And literally, the cops and the forest rangers are so tired of her calling, they told her to stop calling. And the forest rangers came up to us the other day, and they're like, "Hey man, if this lady Nicole, if she starts harassing you again, give us a call. Take pictures of her taking pictures of you guys, and take pictures of other people taking pictures of you guys, and send them to us." And so I was like, "Yo, you guys are dope, awesome." You know, and so you got to find places that you can park. Because if you can, then the cops and the forest rangers are super, super chill. You also got to leave your place clean. When you leave, pack up all your stuff and go. Leave no trace, especially not garbage. People around here are very, very good about not leaving any trash whatsoever. It's great. And then the meth addicts that do come here and leave some trash, we end up picking it up and then haul it to the dump. But the Forest Service said, "Hey man, if that happens again, give us a call, leave it by a tree, we'll tell you which one, and we'll come pick it up." So we were super stoked about that. But there's different places that you can park. You can park at truck stops, some rest stops. Truck stops are great because they're all around the country. Look out where semis sleep. there's a semi sleeping there, the odds are you can sleep there too. But finding a place to park is kind of hard. But if you get plugged into certain things like iOverlander or Dirt, stuff like that, if you have a smartphone or a laptop, you can find some of these places that you can freely park, or some Walmarts in certain states. But what really is great is if you go to a van life event, Descend on Bend, Northwest Nomads. Now these are expensive. They were free at one point, and they're kind of outrageously expensive. And I actually met the guy that ran Northwest Nomads not too long ago. Super, super nice. Do I wish he was that expensive? No, because van lifers, we don't want to spend a ton of money going to an event, but it is good to go because then you meet people, you get plugged into the social pipeline. Now you're in a thread on Instagram or wherever, like a chat, and you can see where people are, you can see where people are going, and you can go in groups and travel with them, which is so great. And you meet so many good friends on the road, and it's literally just like the military community that I was used to, except a little more hippie. It's super dope. And so it is kind of hard to find a place to park at first, especially on the East Coast. You're not going to really find anything on the East Coast. But over here in the West Coast, there is a plethora of places if you know where to look. So that is a hard part when you're starting, but then it gets a little easier as things goes on. Dating. Or should I say lack of. Dating's hard. I mean, just in general, but dating on the road is really hard because you're always moving. And like, I met this cute girl at the coffee shop. She's really cute. But I'm not going to be staying here. And so that's like a catch-22 because it's like, well, I don't want to really get to know this girl and like her and then peace out, because I got other stuff to do. Dating apps. Dating apps are like shopping high. You'll come back with something, but it's not going to be what you're intentionally going for, and it's not going to be healthy for you. I mean, let's be real. Dating apps are like a shortcut to finding someone that's not going to last. Now, I know some people find the love of their life on dating sites. Cool, man. This dude, no luck. Even with that super fluffy dog that I have. Which is funny, because I got him, I think, because I was lonely. And then I was like, this might help my dating chances. It didn't. I don't know how, but it didn't. It's tough. And then if you meet someone on the road, now this is from I've heard from other people, there's like the honeymoon period, which is super fast because you're kind of like living together. You kind of just move in and then like you're with each other all the time, which can get old really fast. And so there's also that aspect of it. And so dating on the road, haven't really figured that one out yet. I've been single for 5 years, but I'll tell you what, it's been some of the best times of my life. And I've been able to quit a lot of addictions because of that. And, quitting addictions for myself, not for other people, because I want to do better for myself. And so I quit for myself because I know, hey, this is not good for me. I need to quit. Like, what dating? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's weird, man. And I'm a picky guy. I want like an old school Christian girl that's like cool and she knows how to do stuff herself and is independent but likes to like do stuff together as well, board games, card games, is like super upbeat, like an Amish woman, or a Mennonite, something like that. That would be fantastic. I feel like I'm a Christian in Sodom. Not much luck there. So yeah, it's kind of, I haven't really found that woman yet, and I'm really turned off by it because like I don't want the relationship that. Now, I'm not saying all my friends, but some of my friends, man, they are so whipped or miserable, and it's like they're just with them for like the financial part, It's financially easier, and I'm just like that's not what I want. I want someone that I love and care for. Who cares about the finances? Like, and I haven't found that. I just don't want to repeat that. I just see all the relationships around me, and they're not the relationships that I want. I want something way different. And so, yeah, yeah. I'm okay with being single. That's cool, man. You know, I'm a Christian dude. I think the Bible warns men more about women than anything else in the Bible. It's like over 25 times. The Bible's like, hey, it's better to be alone in the desert than be in the company of a nagging wife. Or should I say nowadays, bitchy? It warns more about that than alcohol or anything. If anything should come a warning sign, it's women. I'm just kidding. No, but seriously. Uh, and that's, same for women on men. It's the same thing. We should all come with warning signs. Women have just enough hard time dating as men. It's hard to find the right one that won't suck every ounce of energy out of you. Another hard thing. Number 3. Dude, finding somewhere to take the damn trash out. It is insane. If you haven't noticed, which you probably haven't, because you're living in an apartment or house or something like that, or you are van living and you know exactly what I'm talking about, all these trash cans are locked. It is so hard to find a place that you can empty your trash. And when you're van living, you don't have as much trash as you would living in a house. You have minimal trash. But I'll tell you what, it adds up quick. And then you don't know where to throw it. There's nowhere to throw it. You got to be 007, hoping you don't get caught putting your trash inside of a trash can. It's like you got cameras everywhere saying, don't throw your trash in here. It's just like, well, where am I supposed to put it? Oh, we're trying to find a trash can. Let's take a look at these. Cardboard. Locked. What up, dog? How's it going? Pretty good, pretty good. You think you would mind if I emptied a little trash in that thing?
Put a little trash in the trash?
Yeah. Cool. How's the foot treating you?
It's not in pain all the time anymore.
That's good. Right on, man. Right on.
Cusco.
Who's that, Cusco?
Hi, buddy.
Yeah.
Hi, buddy.
He's such a good boy. Yeah. It is not easy finding a trash can. I know the people at Bunk and Brew, and so I asked them if I can empty my trash there. But it is super hard to find a trash can around town. No joke, because they're all locked. And so once you find one, you're like, it's freaking gold, you know what I mean? I don't want to go to the park and then fill up a trash can with my trash so other people can't throw their trash in. I want to find a dumpster. Another hard part is if you have an RV like this and a Toyota Dolphin, it's hard to find a place to fill up your water. I just recently found a gas station in town where if you get gas or propane, you can fill up your water, which I was like, that's dope. And so I'm going to hold on to that. Also pooping, going in the bathroom. That's a struggle. In my 4Runner, I had a little bin, a 5-gallon bucket. And, well, at first I used Liquid Death cardboard things that you hold the cans in, the Liquid Death container. I would use that cardboard and put a bag in it and take a poop in that. And it was so gross, dude. Thinking about pooping in a plastic bag is gross, dude. And it smells so bad. And in the 4Runner, I ended up getting a 5-gallon bucket. I would put some dirt in it. I'd poop in that, mix it up a little bit, poop in it again, mix it up a little bit. That actually worked out fairly decent. Then you gotta dig a huge hole in the ground and then bury it. There's a lot of people think it's gross, living in a house. But in reality, think about all the humans that aren't pooping in the woods and think about how kind of effect that has on the environment. We are meant to poop in the woods and fertilize the ground. We're not doing that anymore. Think about that. Especially dogs. We picking up our dog poop with plastic bags. And so not only are the dogs not pooping in the woods anymore, but the humans aren't either. Yeah, it's just kind of this weird thing. But pooping's hard. Or emptying your pooper in an RV. Finding a spot to empty that. That is also difficult. And some people charge like $10 to empty it. In the Tri-Cities in Washington, you can go to the park, empty it for free. Dope. But there's no places for you to park. Here in Bend, Oregon, you got to pay $10 to empty it, but you have places to park. So it's kind of, is that Karen? No, it's not. And so, sorry, Nicole, AKA, no, I'm not going to say it. So yeah, that is also difficult, especially when you got to go. Another challenge for me, number 4, is what to do with my time. I know a lot of people, 7 hours a day, that was just empty. And I tried my hardest to fill it all in. Wake up, drink coffee, read, do video, write my short stories in this book. And that's it. And that was like 10 o'clock. And so I got 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I eat, and then I hang out with friends, 6, 7, 8, 9. So technically, I got a lot more hours to cover here. What do you do at that time? Before last year, I would just smoke weed all day. Not very productive. And so I'm trying to fill that time with more productive things. And so and I know a lot of people are like, really? Like, you're complaining about having too much time? Trust me. Once you're retired, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. You have all this time, and you're like, what do I do with it? And I can't get a job because I literally can't get a job. I can't. I get paid. That's the amount that I get paid. I can volunteer. I could be a camp host, but I can't get paid. Or if I do get paid, I got to make less than the poverty level. So it's kind of like a catch-22. And a lot of jobs are hard for me because of my back and my ankle. I can't stand for too long. I can't sit for too long. It's just, me problem. Me. Filling your time with productive things. So lately, I've been reading a lot more. I've been writing more short stories. And I've been trying to perfect the YouTube. Actually writing out my videos. Editing them better, trying to be more proactive, whole assing one thing and channeling that energy. And this YouTuber slash artist slash producer that was in my vehicle yesterday gave me some fantastic tips. And that was one of them. He has ADHD too. ADHD people kind of all over the place, and we have 100 different projects and we don't finish any of them. But like Rob Dyrdek and this guy learned, you got to harness all that energy, you got to put it into one thing, and that's what you attack. If it's 2 hours one day and then 4 hours the next and then 6, ADHD can be a superpower if you can wield it. You can be camp hosting. That's a great one. I've never spoken to a camp host that didn't love their job. And it's great. You go on the Washington page or the Oregon page, you apply, and then you get a background check, and then you take some classes online that literally take you about an hour or two. Then you're good to go. So camp hosting, great option. In Oregon, it's volunteer only. In Washington, some places you get paid. It's pretty cool. You work around 4 hours a day, tops, 5 days a week. It's pretty chill. And for someone with back problems like me, it shouldn't be a problem. So that's one thing I'm definitely going to do. I was going to do it this year, but I've been kind of literally ADHDing everywhere. And I'm starting to get a rein on it because I don't want to take medications. And marijuana does not help me whatsoever. I'm going to come out with a video about that. But let's talk about marijuana real quick and drugs. Since, let's say number 5. Okay, which is actually going to be 6, but number 5. A lot of people out here, van lifing, they'll either smoke weed, do some shrooms, not in excess, they just do it sometimes. And shrooms are a lot different. I thought shrooms were like this crazy thing, and it's actually not. Now, if you overdo them, yeah, yeah, it can get real crazy. But I have taken them before in the past, and it's interesting. It's interesting. But a lot of people don't drink around here, which is interesting. But a lot of people do nicotine. Nicotine is everywhere nowadays, and I quit 3 years ago. Recently, my buddy's been offering me Zens. I've been taking him up on that offer, and now I'm on the Zen game, bro. And I don't want to be on that Zen game. Sometimes when the train's going, you just gotta get off, and then it'll just keep going. If you don't get off, it'll just keep going down that track, and you're getting further and further and further away from your goal. But you just gotta get off, and it sucks because I think Cusco was a blessing from God, and for me quitting nicotine, and here I am dabbling it with it again. Bad Kyle. I need to get off that. I have done edibles since I've been out of rehab. Guilty. And thankfully, I've actually been able to control it somewhat. I don't do it all day, thank God. I just do it at night sometimes. Also, another huge struggle. If you have an animal, like a dog, especially a fluffy dog like Cusco, it is extremely difficult, especially when you're moving around hot environments. It's difficult. It's hard to keep Cusco cool. That's why I got the AC unit. Because people don't know, you got to fire up a generator or be plugged in for the AC unit. And so I got to go to the store. I got to go to the gym. Anywhere I go, I got to keep the dog in mind. Is it too hot for Cusco? So you got to wake up early and then do all these things. Or do them super late at night. Now, you could get a 12-volt AC unit, but it's going to cost you thousands and thousands of dollars in batteries and electrical systems to power that 12-volt unit. So you got to keep that in mind. I got quoted in town, and with the AC unit, solar panels, and the battery setup and the installation, it was over $15,000. And it was like, you know what? I'll just buy an AC unit and just get a generator. I mean, it was ridiculously expensive. And so you got to keep that in mind too. Having an animal is crazy because you can't take the animal in the gym. Cusco is not a service animal. You got to keep that in mind. Having an animal on the road is very difficult, especially if you're going to fly somewhere, So that is another difficult thing. But all in all, the positives way outweigh the negatives. Way outweigh them, dude. I'm saving like at least $1,000 a month on just rent alone. There is struggles in van life. I think a lot of the people on the internet that are like, oh my gosh, like freaking out about it, they're probably in the wrong place trying to van life, like the East Coast or something like that. You have to go with the flow. You can't try to paddle upstream. It doesn't work. You have a positive mindset. A lot of these people get knocked on. I don't get knocked on. There's certain tricks that you got to do. Like one, keep your vehicle clean. Keep it clean. The cleaner your vehicle, the nicer it looks, the less likely someone's going to knock on it. For me, I went out and bought a 45-year-old vehicle that looked brand new. Why? Because people probably think I'm an 80-year-old man, and no one wants to bother an 80-year-old man on the road. Okay? I did stuff tactically so I would avoid getting knocked on and interrupted or whatever. So you gotta be positive, think smart, and this is the life, dude. Dude, the best part is the people that you meet, man. Like, legit, Danny from Vet TV, stretching right behind me. Freaking, I've met Nikki Dellenhall. I've met Down to Mob, Phil from Down to Mob. He's super chill. Jelly Bean. There's endless, man. No turnaround adventures. Like, so many, dude, and so many connections. It's so badass. is the best. Remember, guys, everything that happens, I'm chilling. Literally chilling. It's great. There's no other way I would rather spend my time and my money than van life. It's so awesome, dude. And you're traveling around with these groups of people, making new friends every day. And it is so great. You know, we're around bonfires, chilling on a Tuesday night, playing a banjo until midnight. You know, it's with people you just met. And some of these people are just amazing musicians. It's absolutely crazy because if you think about it, actors and musicians and a lot of these people usually are van lifing or homeless. And they channel that energy into something great. And that's what a lot of people are doing out here. They're just flowers blossoming. But they're just, you know, just growing, dude. We're all growing, different strides, different times. And it's so great, guys. It's so great. I would recommend it to anyone because the negatives, I mean, the positives definitely outweigh the negatives 100%.
Dust in my hair, dirt in my lungs. 150 rigs and the night's still young. Ain't no map, just vibes and the run. Moab wild, yeah, we came undone. Pulled up slow, slid out the van. Slack line running from the bus to the tent. Dusty's cooking with a stereo jam. Nick got that monkey bread hot in the pan. Dogs all barking when you get too close. Banana foil wraps melting like a toast. Chocolate, peanut butter, raspberry burst. We was high on the moment, not thirst. Mo absolutely wild, we were burning through the night. Howling at the sun as it dipped below the light. Bananas in the fire, got the sweetness and the smoke. Hammocks in the shade, yeah, we really broke the code. Now we ride, but the vibe don't die. Mo absolutely wild, we were born to fly. Unimall kitchen biscuits and the steam. Dusty got joy and a classic rock dream. Judd's got curls lifting heavy in the sun. Everybody talking, laughing, being one. DJ Aaron dropped the set too cold. Fire spinners lit the red rock gold. No cell bars but the heart's online. We built a home in the wild this time. Mo absolutely wild, we were burning through the night. Howling at the sun as it dipped below the light. Bananas in the fire, got the sweetness and the smoke. Hammocks in the shade, yeah, we really broke the code. Now we ride, but the vibe don't die. Oh, absolutely wild, we were born to fly. Lang's heading south, Rest rolling north, but we still got the spark, taking it forth. Ain't just roads that bring us close, it's the people who feel like home the most. Moab in my mirror, love in my chest, tattoo the moment, now we on to the next. But we all know when the sky turns red, we'll howl again. Yeah, we'll howl again.